What is up, gamers? It's another night and another pickup. I was cruising through Facebook Marketplace when a media lot came up. Now, there are games in there, but this media lot is really well priced. And actually, if you haven't noticed, or I haven't already said, we are trying to build a media collection as well. Just getting sick of streaming services and things being or not being on there. So without further ado, let's head out for this cheap $50 pickup. Actually has a few banger games in there. All right, I've jumped ahead quite far because we're back home and he didn't want me filming in his house, which is absolutely fair. Nonetheless, it was a great pickup. Let's check it out. And here we are. We have not one, not two, but three large boxes of media. The games have been taken out. The reason being, I want to show you some of the highlights of this media lot before we jump into the games. There are so many streaming services out there and things come and go from streaming services all the time. So when you want to actually watch a movie, man, that's a killer. Look at that art. Sometimes it's hard to find what streaming service it's on, and secondly, it may not be available. The whole reason of why I am starting to collect media again and my partner is a lot of things that we actually want to watch aren't on media. I was trying to find The Last Action Hero the other night and we could not find it. Now this lot is mainly all DVDs, but there's a lot of nostalgia in here. You would have seen Wayne's World already, Kindergarten Cop, Full Metal Jacket, Fear and Loathing, Evil Dead 2, The Evil Dead, Dirty Harry, absolute killers. The movie that killed Tom Green's career. Wow. If you know, you know. Daddy, do you want some sausage? But that's all mainly DVDs, but there's also a lot, and I mean a lot, of Blu-rays. And we've got things like Halloween, Lost Boys. Oh, interesting. I've never seen that. Some weird steelbooks. Oh, wait, I did leave some of the games in there. Roots Ninja Turtles, which is not that great. What else is good in here? Oh, The Dark Crystal, From Hell. What else is good? I think that's like it. There are good things from people, but for me, oh, Bill and Ted. Yeah, boy, love everything Bill and Ted. And then we get to this box. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Complete Massacre. We've got some Marvel, Texas Chainsaw, Die Hard, Interview with a Vampire, Star Wars box sets, Jumanji, Nightmare on Elm Street Blu-ray. This is, oh, I think this is the remake. This might be the remake, unfortunately. I don't know. Indiana Jones, Mario Bros movie, yeah boy. Mighty Ducks 3, Enter the Dragon, Avengers, a lot of stuff I don't care about. This Rocky complete movie collection. I've actually been wanting to watch these, so that's awesome. What else we got? Cole the Conqueror. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I mean, the first one was good, the rest were pretty bad. Metallica, Rambo trilogy, Crimson Peak. My God, there's some Training Day, absolute banger. This is a good haul. I'm very, very, very happy with this. Obviously, some we will sell, some will donate, but the majority of this, come on, let's go. All right, and I realized I'd actually forgotten two movies that I'd taken out and put aside because I wanted to watch them in the coming days. And those two movies were obviously ones of my favorites. We've got The 12 Monkeys. Have you heard about the Armies of 12 Monkeys? One of my favorite Bruce Willis movies of all time. And this one stars Jenna Ortega, the chick from Wednesday.
Farmer's daughter, take one. I need to be famous, Wayne. All the best people are.
Ain't nobody else out there like you.
And it is a porn-based horror movie where a group of aspiring porn actors and actresses go out to a farmhouse and things go awry. It does star Jenna Ortega. You don't get to see her naked, but there is a lot of nudity in this. There's a lot of brutal kills too. So well worth a watch if you can find it. And this is one that I saw on streaming services and I wanted to watch it again and it had been removed. So another one that just proves my point. But let's get into the actual games themselves. Those with the keen eye would have seen 4 games straight away in that lot. Those games being Grand Theft Auto Episodes of Liberty City, which contains The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony, which, if you guys watched the previous episode, you know we've already picked this up with, as well, GTA 4 all in a one bundle complete compilation, so those two can go back to Kex for trade credit. The two that are real big wins, especially following the success of the TV series, are Fallout New Vegas. Now this one I think sells for $22 at CEX. If it is the Ultimate Edition, I do believe it sells for a lot more. And Fallout 3, a Game of the Year edition, which comes with all the DLC on disc. And this one here is the best version of this to get, is the Game of the Year edition. And I believe for that reason, it trades in better at CEX. It comes with Operation Anchorage, The Pit, Broken Steel, Point Lookout, and Mothership Zeta. Point Lookout, I think, was my favorite expansion in this, and as well, like, Operation Anchorage gave you kind of an insight into what led to the apocalypse that you see in the Fallout series. Really great game. This is my favorite in the series. Highly recommend if you play anyone. Some people recommend this one. I recommend Fallout 3. Funnily enough, this one was released a year after Fallout 3. Really quick turnaround. Made by another studio, Obsidian, which also made Knights of the Old Republic 2. And they're also the ones that are making Avowed, which obviously comes out next year. This brings me to my golden rule of collecting. If I am buying anything, it doesn't even have to have video games. I could be buying shoes for all I care, or Facebook Marketplace, something where I'm conversing with somebody about buying something. I always ask, and I cannot stress this enough. Always ask, what else do you have? This is what I collect. This guy said that he didn't think he had anything, but he would have a look. And when we got there, he found more games that he was willing to sell, and sell for a great price. For that media lot, including those games I just showed you, I paid $50. For this lot, I paid an additional $30. So for everything you've seen or will see tonight, I paid a total of $80, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, let's go through some of these games, and they are bangers. I am pretty sure I'm going to be keeping most of these, unless I already have them. First one, we have Star Wars Battlefront 2, when Battlefront was at its best on the OG Xbox. Injustice, Gods Among Us, and this is the Steelbook edition. It comes with like a slip. I see this all the time without the slip. This slip has a little bit of damage, but nothing to write home about. But the artwork on this is just absolutely nuts. I love the Injustice series. I played the game and it prompted me to read all the comics. It's honestly, I prefer it to Mortal Kombat. Next we have Batman Arkham City Steelbook Edition, and this one is another one that's really cool. Not so much this side, but check out the back. Joker in the Arkham series is just so good. Voiced by Mark Hamill. Just the antagonist in this Joker is just so great. Arkham series, another one I highly recommend. Another steelbook and a series I don't really give two shits about. So this one will probably be given away to a friend if they need it, or traded in the Kex, and that is Assassin's Creed 3, and 2, and 2, and 2. See, I'm allergic to this shit. Another steelbook. Oh, what was I saying about Obsidian before? We have, as I said, they made Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. This is fantastic. The first one, KOTOR, and the second one are really great. The biggest problem with this one is they run out of development time. This game was rushed in the last parts of the game. It is still worth playing, but I really would have loved to see what Obsidian would have created, having just an extra 6 months or a year to develop this game. The first one, Knights of the Old Republic 2. The Knights of the Old Republic. This is the Classics Edition one, which I'm trying to collect subsets, and so this is great. Now this one, obviously Darth Revan. There's supposed to be a remake of this, but that project has just gone completely quiet. Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit. I have no interest in the Dragon Ball Z games, with the exception of one of my favorite ones, which is on the Mega Drive, which was a Portuguese exclusive and one that was really hard to find that I'm lucky enough to have in my collection that I found for $10. Another Batman Arkham Origins. The Force Unleashed, fantastic Star Wars game where you play as the apprentice of Darth Vader. Really great, and the main character is played by an actor. Oh, it's killing me. He's in a show where he's like a wolf, a vampire, and a ghost hang out together. And he did a great job. I'm not going to sneeze this time for this shit, I swear. But we've got Assassin's Creed Rogue. Another Batman game where it all started, Batman Asylum. Always will have fun memories of this game. And this game, Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD Collection. This one pretty much pays almost for everything that we got tonight, which is amazing. And how I like to collect is to be like net neutral, where you keep some stuff and you sell some stuff, and then it just feeds into it and it just keeps you being able to collect, keeps the passion alive. And so this one, it is desirable among collectors. I think eBay is about $60, $62 for this one. So after fees, you're probably looking at about $52. So let's say this one pays for the media lot, and some of these other ones that I'm not going to keep may pay for the remainder. But wow, what a great start to the week. And we are not done yet. Tomorrow, we'll be heading over to my good friends Bo and Em, otherwise known as Retro Gamer Guy and One Up Emily, who have the most stellar games room you guys can imagine. I've been having problems with my PVM. It is RGB and one of the color channels is not showing, which makes the image look really distorted. I believe it's the blue channel that's broken, and I'm hoping it's just the cable. But if somebody can work out what's going on with it, it is Retro Gamer Guy. And hopefully you never know what else we'll find tomorrow. So until then, have a good night, guys. And hopefully tomorrow we get some great stuff. It is the next day, but a few things have happened since I wrapped last night. Firstly and foremost, a couple of things sold on my eBay store. eBay is partly how I fund all this you see around you. I buy in bulk, I sell some things, I keep some things, and what we sold today will go towards what we are also going to pick up, because that happened after we wrapped as well. I have come to a deal with a guy that I've actually talked to before. This is something we already have in the collection, so why are we picking it up? We're going to hopefully use that item, sell it, and I'm going to source a GRAIL with the money we make from selling that item. Something that I've been after and haven't been able to find or get anyone to part with for years, but hopefully this will give me the funds to do so. So let's go. Let's wrap up with what has sold and then head over to Bo and Em's. So the first thing is actually a vinyl record. I wonder how long it will take me to find it. While I'm looking through, I'll explain like why I have so many vinyls for sale. So these are my keepers. A few, well, maybe like, yeah, 2 years ago, a friend hit me up saying that he wanted to sell all his vinyl. He didn't want to sell them individually. He just wanted to sell them as a bulk lot. Obviously, there was quite a few in there that I wanted to keep, hence what I showed you before. So I bought the lot, and obviously I'm not going to keep all of it. So these are for sale on eBay. I did have more for sale. This is kind of what's left. I paid, oh, here it is. This is the one that sold. Quite a lot of money for all this lot. So I would have needed to sell some anyway, because I can't buy vinyls for thousands of dollars without, you know, making some money back. But it was still an amazing deal. So that's the first one. Secondly, we have a board game. I bought a bunch of like vintage board games from the 70s and 80s many years ago, thinking I'd play these with my friends. Well, truth is, Beck and I don't really have any friends, so I've never really got around to playing these. So instead, I decided to sell them on to some people who do have some friends. So there we go. I mean, I do have some friends, but we just don't see each other very often, very rarely. The other one that sold was just the case for Pokemon Black. I think, yeah, the NTSC version. So this sold as well. It's case and manual only. I'm glad to get rid of it, obviously. Yeah, so that's what sold. That's what gets fed back into the collection so that we can actually find more things for the collection, which this actually funds what we are going to pick up today, which is great. Sky's going to be super sad that I'm heading back out the door, aren't you, girl? Yes, you are. Yes, this just loves people and loves being around people. You're a very people dog. The other one, not so much, but it's just, yeah, you love people, don't you? And this is your favorite spot, being with Daddy in the games room. Sorry, girl. Gotta go. I think we're gonna do a trade.
Menu. It's like
I've got the manual at home, which shows you.
there's like 2 buttons you need to press.
And that's 4x3 as well, which is just mint.
Menu up. No.
Keys between bedrooms?
Yeah. Well, you can come all the way to my house and put it in for me as well if you want. So. Oh no. Is it gonna work?
Yep, it works.
Oh
Shit.
oh. I'm glad he's got muscles.
I googled myself.
Oh god, it's big. Okay. Oh, let's lay it down. And here it is. As you see, my games room tour. I've seen one of these before. This is missing the card. Got a little bit more detail about it when we get back. And I'm back, and honestly, what a great day off for me, because not only did I get to see some friends, I also got to pick up this amazing piece right here. And yes, those guys of you who follow me on Instagram will know exactly what this is. But for those of you who don't, here's a little background on this Space Jam: A New Legacy press kit. When Space Jam: A New Legacy released, Warner Brothers partnered with Xbox to create 3 retail release controllers based off the movie. Those were Toon Squad, Goon Squad, and the System Verse. Available in selected territories around the world, these were the best looking controllers at the time. There were a few brand ambassadors around the world that were lucky enough to be sent a press kit for the movie and celebrating the controllers and the game that was released free on the Xbox Marketplace. The press kit came with the 3 controllers, Toon Squad, Goon Squad, and Systemverse, LeBron James figure, and also a collector's card, which came with 12 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and was numbered, so you know what number you got in the total release of these press kits. So what is the plan with this? Well, I got this for a great deal. Originally, we discussed about getting it for $200. He had other offers for $250, which was his asking price, so I decided to pay that. As I was first, he asked me first before offering it to those other people, and I actually was the one who told this guy, year plus ago what this was. He had this in a bundle of Xbox and other games. He was a reseller, and I basically reached out to him and said, hey, this is what this is, just so you know, because he basically just listed it as a controller bundle. I always help people out where I can if there's information that will help them make an informed decision about what they have. Oh, let's close her up. What I'm hoping to do with this, I am going to sell this on eBay. I already have one. I bought this myself out of my own money. I was not sent this one by Xbox, so I feel I can do what I want with it. I am going to use that money to hopefully buy the press kit of the game of the Xbox that I want the most. I'm not going to say what that is. Those of you who know me will know 100% what that is. There is somebody in America that may sell me theirs, but I need funds in order to do so, and this hopefully is what I'm going to use to do that. I'm making it a challenge. I could sell other things in this room, but this is what I'm going to use to buy that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this sells, and hopefully that person is willing to sell what I want to me. That brings me to the PVM. My PVM is gone. It is not back in this room. You would have seen I did a trade with Retro Gamer Guy. It wasn't just the cable, it was the PVM himself. I am not confident in doing repairs on that. He is amazing at fixing all things retro tech. It was just the RGB, from my understanding, that is not working. The composite, last time I checked, was working, so hopefully it is an easy fix. But he traded us for this TV. So there will be no more PVM stack, which is fine, because I was really only using that for short form, real style content, which I'm not really doing anymore. I more love this long form content and just doing YouTube. So we are going to get rid of the Sony PVM we have left. The other TV is going to be a backup, and we're going to put this thing that you can't really see down here, in its place. But that is a lot of work. We have to move the Mega CD 2 and the Mega Drive 2. We're going to have to move Ripley. We're going to have to remove the Majora's Mask statue and everything else, and do some cable management. So it's no easy feat. But I really, really, really wanted this thing. I had a TV before that was also a Lowy. It was a 4x3. It was my pride and joy. But the flyby in it just, boom, popped one day. Me and Bo took it to try to get it repaired. The guy had it for like 6 months and just came back to us and said it couldn't be repaired. Couldn't get the parts. So we had to take it to the local tip to throw it in the bin, which luckily enough he saved footage of. So this for me is a replacement for that. It's amazing screen, it's RGB, 4x3, beautiful sound, and I only really need one CRT. Any more of that is a little bit overkill. I think I got a little bit ahead of myself having a look at Retro Gamer Guy and One Up Emily's room, because they just have PVMs and TVs everywhere that I kind of want to emulate that. But that doesn't work for me. I don't really have people in this room. It's just only me that games. So let's put this where it's going to go. And then I think that will be it. I think I'll be lost to retro gaming for the rest of the night. Let's do it. I'm gonna pause there. I'm super sweaty. It's so muggy today. Whew. Okay, so I wanted to connect both AV and SCART up, only to realize I need a SCART to AV composite adapter in order to connect my non-SCART consoles up. So I'm gonna have to order that for now. Watching some Retro Ghetto. I'm gonna test to see if this works and works with the SCART to start with. Crossing fingers, guys, come on. And I thought I needed to get a connector, and look at that. All right, let's see if it turns on to start with. Alexa, turn on Retro.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on SCART.
Did you mean SCART?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay, test one. Oof, man, the static this thing gives off. Okay, that's a little weird. Okay, so I'm a dumbass. This is now set to a PAL region Super Nintendo. And we are working. Of course, this is a European television, 50 hertz only, not 60 hertz, which means, sadly, my Tower of Power will not work. Fudge. And just like that, it's time to enjoy the spoils that we've picked up this week. Sit down in front of our brand new, or new old, CRT and play some games that I've really been looking forward to playing. As always, it's great having you guys come along on my adventures, show you what I've got, some things about my games room, about myself, and hopefully we'll see you next time on the next video. Until then, happy gaming.